you know, I chose to wear rose and lavender because it makes me happy. And so I do get into a happy vibration, and that changes my vibe. And then people are like, whoa, she has a nice vibe to her. And not only that, she smells damn good. You know, hey, some people like good smells too. And so where are you not in integrity with what you want? So if you want something from somebody else, like write down if this is something you want in your life, or apply it to whatever it is that you want in your life. What are the traits of whatever it is that you want? Like it could be money, it could be a relationship, it could be a house, it could be your financial status, it could be a career. What are the attributes and characteristics and energy of these things that you want? Does your energy match that? Are you in integrity with that? Because if you're not, then you're not going to close that gap. You have to be in integrity. It's not about getting it first and then changing your ways. You've got to change your ways in order to manifest new ways. And if there's something in your life that you're not getting, there's something that you're doing that is not in alignment with getting it. We live in a law of attraction based universe. Bottom line. So let me just sidestep, because this keeps kind of coming up, and I know that this is not for tonight, but it keeps coming to me, and I'm just going to throw it out there. You know how we don't have the ability to change? You know, we all have free will, and everybody has free will, so you can't change somebody, you know, to like you or love you if they don't love you or whatever it is. Okay, this is just another example. So, yeah, we know these teachings, okay? And also on my YouTube, I have 2 videos that are really popular, and they talk about soul contracts. And it's about having relationships with people or money or things or whatever, and wanting to look at those contracts. What is the contract I have with this, so I can deal with it and move on? And you either negotiate a new contract or you end the contract. And you can do it with or without the person or thing's participation. Like you ask the person or the situation or the place, would you want to work with this contract with me? And if they say yes, great. And if they say no, great. Then you just send them on their way and you work on it. Nothing can keep you bound in chains. Okay, so it doesn't mean that if somebody's not going to work on the contract that you can't change that. So somebody said, I'm sidestepping again. Somebody said to me on commented and says, but in like, I don't remember the exact words, but in reality, can't we just raise our vibe and change our situation? Do we really have to dig into this contract work to fix it? We can just be in a completely different vibration and move out of it. And I said, exactly true. Everybody's at a different level of learning. But some people need to dig through those contracts. Some people need to make it a little bit hard. Some people need to understand what contracts are even about. So there's people like, when I first learned that work, I was like, whoa, I was working on my contract with this and that and this. And I still feel like I have some contracts, but more and more my vision, my beliefs have totally shifted to this higher place that just get out of that dimension and you don't have to deal with it. It's always going to be in that dimension. Don't fight it. Don't change it, because you're going to lose as long as you're playing there. Just move into the dimension that you want, you need, okay? So, you know, if you're around people that just keep you in a lower dimension that you don't enjoy, then you need to make a decision to get out of that dimension, okay? So, I mean, you can do that different ways. Maybe you stay with that person, but you like meditate and breathe lavender oil constantly all day just to get through it. Or you decide this just is not working for me and I'm moving on to a new one. And where can I clear myself? Where can I upgrade myself so I can match a better dimension? This is what we're talking about. So you know, there's a lot of different beliefs out there. So going back to what I was talking about is free will, how you can't change someone's free will. But what did I say when we first started this webinar? What you see outside of you is actually all inside of you. It is all you. So what do you mean free will? That person is a manifestation of your creation. That person is you. So what part of you is denying yourself? If that person is using their free will to be away from you, what part of you is denying yourself? Because that's all it is. And it's not about saying, well, I'm going to change that person's free will. Like you could send healing to a person and it'll only work as much as that person, let's put it this way, that person would accept it, whether they knew it was going on or not. You can't mess with anybody's energy that doesn't want their energy messed with. It's only the only work that will be accepted is what will be accepted by that person in their higher self, whether they're conscious of it or not. Okay, so you can't intrude in somebody's free will. However, if you're looking at it from a much higher and different perspective, that is you. What part of you would resist that healing? What part of you accepts that healing? What part of you is using your own free will to not be with yourself in that way? What part of you loves some aspect about a person, but sees that that person doesn't want to be with you? So what part of you is not loving yourself enough to give yourself that amazingness that that energy of you is representing to you? Does that make sense? What part of you is not willing to accept you, accept that part of you that is you? So we can't mess with someone's free will, and that this person is separate than yourself. That's a lie. There's nothing that's separate. Nothing and no one is separate. It's all you. So you have to find yourself good enough to be loved. You have to love yourself as much as you love what you're seeing, that aspect of you that you're seeing that feels so untouchable, unmanifestable, and that's not a word, but that you can't seem to grasp. What part of you is out of disharmony with yourself that you feel like you can't match the vibration and the attraction of what you are, because that is you. So that's where you need to go. Why haven't you gotten what you really want? What's on your list? What part of you is denying yourself that abundance, that relationship, that career, that health, that experience? And what can you do to create flow so the universe can flow with you to land that vibration back to you, to bring that back in harmony with you? What are you leaving undone? What can you be working on now? So if it was this person and you just think they're amazing, what part of you are you not feeling amazing enough that you would match that energy? Because if it's out of reach, it means that there's a part of you that doesn't feel like you are worthy of that part of you that you're seeing. Now, the good thing is that you're seeing a beautiful part of yourself, but you have to feel that beautiful part of yourself within yourself too. And if you're seeing it, that means you can be it, because you don't see anything that you're not. So there's something in there. You've got to look at where am I missing the connection? And how are you judging? Maybe you think that person is amazing, but you have judgments about them. So how do those judgments reflect about you? Because you're just talking about yourself. What do you need to clean up? If there's something that you see they need to clean up, that means you need to clean it up in you too. So start whatever judgments you have on somebody, start cleaning that up in yourself. And so, let's see, nobody's writing any examples. Let's see, I had some other ones. If you are, let's see, I'm asking what are you really ready for something, what you want in your life? And is there anything that you're not doing that needs to be done in order for that to really be ready for? So yeah, I think I gave enough examples. I talked about relationship, I talked about money, I talked about being vibrant and healthy and all that stuff and wanting that in your life. I talked about going on a trip, going on, something that feeds your soul. I talked about creating flow, and so the universe can flow with you. It was interesting today.